Hello, she lives, she's here, she's alive, she looks like death, but she has a pulse, so she's alive. I'm back. I'm sorry I've been gone for a long time. You guys would not believe the amount of things that I've been juggling. But I'm not going to focus too much on that because I have a habit of rambling way too much in the beginning of my videos. However, if I do look sickly or like pale or anything, I just had surgery 13 days ago and I've literally been in bed the whole entire time, like recovering, and I'm still recovering now. I still have like a lot of progress I need to make, but for the most part, I'm able to sit here and like knock some stuff out. So I just like look really bad, and like this was not how I was planning to come back to my channel looking all gross, but I think I have a pretty like legitimate and voracious excuse. So yeah, anyways, I'm sorry. I have gotten so many requests in the time that I've been gone. I just have not been able to make them. Like, I just was not in a state of mind where I was able to do, like, take care of all these people and myself. So I just had to shift my priorities a little bit. And I'm back on track for the most part, and I just decided, like, I don't want to be selfish. There are people who, they're coming to me for help, and I want to provide that because that's, what I do. So, I have 2 requests in my Instagram right now that I just got last week. And I have a lot more in my Instagram that I got like weeks ago and like months ago, and I have a lot in my emails, and I'm sorry if I haven't done them. If it's still something that you're struggling with, just like give me a nudge, like email me again, message me again, say, hey, like, I know you're busy, but could you help? And I'll be like, okay, like, skirt, I'm gonna make some time. So yeah, I haven't even read, oh wow, okay, this is a really long request. I'll do it though, I'll do it. It's pretty long though, so I got this June 13th at 6 o'clock in the morning. Clearly your mind was very heavy. Hi Lisa, I'm from Taiwan. Oh, and just like proof, there you go. Hi Lisa, I'm from Taiwan. Now I'm 25 and my ex, who's American, is 28. We were together for a year, super happy. We were each other's BFFs, very serious, talked about getting married the next year. In the first month, I cheated on him with my old ex once due to his suicidal problem. Stupid, I know. I only told my boyfriend I met up with him for lunch, and that's it. I hope you don't ask me how to get him back because I'm not going to help you with that. I'm sorry. After a year, he went to another country for work. After 3 months, he started to ask me about something. He's been paranoid for a long time. The time I meet up with my old ex, then he's asking like what you did when you met up with him. And then he said he's going to ask him what happened. So I told him everything, but he still asked my old ex, and then he broke up with me. Good for him. During the breakup, 1 year long distance, half year not long distance, we were still having contact quite often. He messaged me mostly. He wanted me to build back trust and do grand things to win him back. Sometimes he's happy, talks about our future, wants to have kids with me or grow old. Sometimes he's mad, brings up the history, and there was a month where we didn't talk at all, but he still checked my social media. During this 1.5 year gap, he dated and slept with other girls. He only told me a tiny part of it because he did not want me to give up on him. I built back trust, and I did grand thing that he almost cried, but he still won't commit and won't tell his friends he's been seeing me. So I told him I'm done, I'm not a plan B. But if what I did isn't enough, please go with other girls. Then I think he starts to worry. He messaged me and calls me a lot and tells me that he only wants me and not other girls. They are nothing to him. But because I'm 100% sure he's been lying about some stuff, so I asked his friend who knows everything about the breakup if my ex really did cry to him about me a lot. His friend is protecting him and said, LOL, hell no, and tell my ex that so he told my ex that I asked him. This act pissed my pissed my ex off so much. He want all of his stuff back, said he's done. He loves me, but won't talk to me for a long time. I can reach out to him for any help, but he has no reason coming back to my country again. He's going back in 12 days, unless I work in America, and everything needs to start fresh if we're both single in the future. After we didn't talk for 10 days, he found out somebody is going after me. He messaged me and wanted to tell me all the truth during the breakup. I said unless is simply hanging out, then I don't want to. I don't care about the truth. So we met up and had a great time. He still told me the truth and gave me a few days to think about if I would take him back. But the truth is, because I hurt him so much, he was having revenge. He strung me along. But all the girls he dated are crazy, so he really regrets and shame about everything. And he's still not happy, even when he dated other girls. I told him he should end things with others and then we can talk about this. He said they are all done except one flight attendant who he dated, because he's going back to the States in a week, and that flight attendant girl is going to be on the plane with him. How do you know that information? He said after he gets off the plane, things would end. What? I'm still in doubt about some things, though. What should I do? Thank you so much. And then you messaged me again later on and said, I think I'm going to put my expectations low and live my life. Even I haven't met anyone, and he truly is a great person when we were a couple. If he really wants to get back and work things out, he knows what to do. Alright, so thank you so much for your request. I have a very firm, opinion and mindset about your situation, and that's I don't think you guys should get back together. Matter of fact, I forbid you for getting back together. This relationship is toxic. It's unhealthy. It's manipulative. It is built off of a weak foundation. First of all, if you cheat on someone, I don't care what you say. You don't love them. You could say, yeah, I love him, but no. There's different kinds of love. There's so many different kinds of love, but the true love that lasts and that makes you last through life and through obstacles, that kind of love, if you truly possess that love in your heart, you don't cheat. It's impossible. You don't cheat if you possess that highest form of love. Oh no, I just realized I was hitting my microphone, so if that was making a funny noise, I'm sorry. That happens a lot, wow. Okay, last time that happened, I recorded 40 minutes of footage and I had to delete it because of the microphone. Like I was saying, if you possess that highest quality of love, you don't cheat. Anything lower than that highest, deity quality of love, that, you can cheat, you can lie, you can do this, you can do that, and you can still love them. But however, if it's not the strongest form, it's going to break apart. That's my belief. So because you cheated on him, you love him, yeah, maybe, but it's not the kind of love that is going to withstand everything else in life. It just sounds like you guys have a bunch of trust issues at this point. It sounds like if you guys were to get back together, you're going to kind of take advantage of the fact that, oh, I cheated on you and I got away with it, so maybe I can do it again. It's not going to make you really, you're just going to feel like you can get away with things that you're not supposed to be getting away with in a relationship. Because I see this happen all the time. I know a couple, and they cheat on each other all the time, but yet they're still together, and the reason why they keep cheating on each other is because they just keep getting back together, and it's just this very toxic cycle, and it won't stop, and both of them are very unhappy, but they're too afraid to break up, and they're too afraid to be done, and that's just... Do you really see yourself marrying this person? Do you see yourself having kids with this person? Because I'll be damned before I put my kids through that situation. I'll be damned before I have kids in a household where their mom and dad are sleeping with different people. And they're both unhappy, but they just... no. If you know it's going to be a problem in the future, don't let it be a problem now. Just stop it before it gets to that point, before it starts affecting other people. So I don't support this relationship at all. Especially because it's long distance, that never helps. Long distance relationships, I don't know the percentage, but I know a majority of them fail. And a majority of them fail because a majority of them involve infidelity. So I think the damage has been done. I don't think that people should get back together after cheating. I never will ever condone that. No, No ifs, ands, or buts. But people who do it are people who live together. They can cheat on each other, but then it's fine because they live in the same house or on the same street or in the same city. But it's definitely not going to work if you guys live in different places. So, you said that you think he's lying about stuff. Clearly, I think you lied about some stuff too. And, like, you're talking to his friend a lot. Like, all that stuff, it just kind of sounds very immature. And you guys are old enough to, like, not be playing these games. You're 25. He's 28. I feel like you guys, like you said, you guys would still message a lot and talk about stuff, like, during the breakup. I think that's only because you guys are each other's safety nets, because you guys were together for a while. So, naturally, when you're with someone for a long time, you kind of always gravitate back to them because that's what you know and that's where your heart is content. And you know what? That's one thing I'm very, very blessed that I never had to go through. Okay? So, like, after me and my long boyfriend broke up, we 100% cut all ties, like 100%. And no matter how many times I wanted to contact him or ask him something or anything, like, not necessarily go back to him, but anytime I just wanted to do anything, like, involving him, I couldn't, because we made it very clear that it's over, it's 100% done, and I had to move on myself. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, or one of the hardest things. I just got surgery, that kind of sucked. But it really does build your character, and it makes you realize that if I can overcome this, losing a person I was with for so long and dealing with it all by myself, never having that crutch to get me through, I can go through anything. I'll be damned before I have a crutch. I don't use crutches for anything, and I feel like you guys are each other's crutch. You're using each other just to get through this breakup, but you're not healing. You are not healing. All people do when they talk, when they're broken up, is just lead themselves on. It's not going to do anything. I feel like the only way you can really get a clear perspective on what you want, who you are, and what you think you deserve is if you completely pull away, like 100%. I don't mean like 90% pull away and every week check in or check their Facebook or every now and then ask to get coffee. I don't mean that. I mean 100% cut ties. Like, block everything. Delete the numbers. Delete the family's numbers. Delete everything. Unfriend all the mutual friends, that you can. Do everything. Don't just shut all the doors, but shut all the windows. Like, just make yourself completely private. That's the only way you're ever going to realize what you deserve, what you want, how this has changed you, where you're going to go from here. And not only is this going to be happening in your head, but it's going to be happening in their head too. It's a mutual psychological development that you will be doing if you give yourselves the opportunity to just let go and be done. And I feel like you don't have this maturing when you constantly stay in contact. It does not happen. You know how I know? Because I compare myself with girls that I've grown up with, who I've dated boys with. Like, I've had a boyfriend, they've had a boyfriend. Like, we literally were at the same, like, wavelength with everything in our relationships. Like, started dating at the same time, like, dated for maybe the same amount of time. Like, our relationships were maybe parallel. And then the only difference was when we broke up, I cut all contact and they didn't. They still stayed in contact with their ex. The difference between me and these people now, I am a hell of a lot stronger than they are. They are constantly looking for love in all the wrong places. They are constantly sleeping with people trying to find who they are, what they want, what they deserve. They claim they're depressed and have anxiety and all this, but 90% of the problems that they complain about are problems that seem to be self-inflicted, because they didn't allow themselves to grow and to mature and to heal. They were constantly relying on someone else for a source of happiness when they knew that that person can no longer provide it. But they were like, hell, let me just keep you in my life just in case. No, when something goes bad, you don't let it sit on a shelf and stare at it in hopes that it'll be good again and fresh again. No, you gotta throw that shit out and start over. Go grocery shopping again. Like, just start over. Like, literally, like, I study psychology in school. And I really think it's interesting how there's so many, like, I'm starting to understand mentally how things work now, and I just think it's amazing how there was such a difference between me and one of my best friends, who we dated a guy for literally the same time, but, like, they stayed friends after the breakup, but they weren't even friends. They were just talking a lot and still hooking up, and I didn't. So I turned out so different than she did. So different. And she knows that too. And, like, I don't know, it's weird. So just do yourself a favor and just let go. Be done. Like, I know it's easier said than done, but it is possible because you're talking to someone who did it. Me. I guess you're not talking to me. You're listening to me. But I did it. And it's been 2 years and I could not be happier. 2 years. Now, I have had boyfriends that we've broken up, and I'm still friends with them now, but it's because I genuinely moved on from them, and I don't want closure, I don't want answers, because we're friends, we're cool. Like, I could text them right now and say, hey, let's go get dinner, and they'll be like, okay, cool, and, like, we'll do it, and we'll be fine. Like, literally, in some cases, you can do it if you are fully resolved, and fully closed, and fully content with the outcome, and if you guys can both come to terms with what happened, and admit that you're better off with other people. It's okay if that's the case, but if you're still seeking answers and closure, and if you still love this person, or if you're still hung up on this person, you need to stop. You need to leave. You need to just cut it off, and maybe in a few years down the road it can work out. If you guys grow up a little bit, see other people, allow yourselves to have this developmental process going on in your head. But as of right now, you're not going to be able to see or get any answers when your head is in this fog, when it's in this haze. Okay? So that's my advice, and I really hope it helped you, and yeah, I don't support it at all, but that's my opinion. You are free to do what you would like. I'm just telling you what I think you should do, and that's just to be done. And sometimes it's really hard to let go of things, but the people who are strong enough to make it happen are always rewarded with something better. I know I was, and I could not be happier now. It took a while, but I could not be happier now. So thank you very much for your request. Sorry it took a minute to do it, but I'm happy to help. So let me know if you need anything else, and if anybody wants to contact me and send me a request, look at my YouTube video called Contact Me, and I give you guys my resources and everything, or my channels to get in touch. So yeah, thank you so much. Bye.